Hey friends, welcome back to Rita Talks. I'm Rita, and on this YouTube channel, I just share some of the thoughts, ideas that I've been thinking about. In today's video, I want to talk about this podcast that I came across that I was listening to today, which was on the How I Write podcast by David Perel, and he hosted Tim Ferriss. And I know, on this channel, I've been talking a lot about this podcast because it's just so freaking good. It's really becoming one of my favorite podcasts. But basically, the idea that I want to talk about is an idea that I mentioned before on this channel, but basically, Tim Ferriss put it in a different way that really resonated with me. Uh, and it's really basically about how to build good habits and stuff like this. So this is basically about this idea of doing less than you think you can. And this is an idea that I've experimented with, and it's the idea behind all of my fitness progress that I've done over the past few years, and especially this past year. But basically, I've talked about this before, is that my Apple Watch goal is, let's say, so it's about one uh, 1/4 of or 1/5 of my maximum calorie goal that I've ever done. My maximum amount of calories that I've ever burnt in a day. And that's intentional because that means that on most days I actually am able to double my my daily goal. And the goal is to be able to have this be a bare minimum. So basically, this is super important because uh, I want to be able to complete this goal every day. And I also don't want it to be so easy that I would complete it by default. I just want it to be hard enough that I actually, on the days that, I'm not exercising as much, like for example, when I was in Morocco, every time I go to Morocco, it's the same. I exercise way, 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 way less than I do when I'm here. And that's okay. It's something that I've, embraced and that I've taken into account into my planning or exercise planning. And basically, it's about this idea of just getting having something that's so small that allows me to build momentum, but it's also not so easy that I will by default always achieve it. I always have to think about it to some extent and flex this muscle, this mental muscle of making sure that I'm doing it. And it's basically something that has motivated me for so long. I mean, as of today, I have like a 900 plus day streak of having completed my calorie goal for 900 days straight. That's pretty insane. And the only reason that I've been able to do that is because of this deal that I have with myself, that basically my goal is to, as a goal, I I'm setting as a goal for myself to complete less than I know I can complete every day. And as a matter of fact, I do. And if you see on my average calories burnt in activity for the year, it's around 1000, but my actual daily goal is 440, and I have not purposefully increased it, just because I know that the most important thing is to keep going, and that's taking that into account. And I love how he phrased it in this podcast episode, that the most important part is to start building some positive momentum. And in order to do that, you have to do less than you think you can do. to make it more likely that you will keep doing it. And in these cases, consistency is, especially at the beginning, consistency is 100% more important than the high bar. And basically this idea of setting a low quota means that you don't get intimidated by this goal, and you know that you can achieve it, and basically you have no excuse but to do it. And he gives this example of like his newsletter, the 5 Bullets Friday newsletter. Some days, like basically his goal is to keep going with this newsletter, but like some days he will write 6 pages because he's in the mood to write, and that's good. But basically he has a low expectation, a low bar for the newsletter altogether, which means that he's able to stay consistent because the bar is so low that there is no way, like he has no excuse but to do it. And so basically he's talking about this idea, like he is a perfectionist and all of that stuff and likes to be meticulous about his work, but it is important to become meticulous later and not when you're just getting started with building a new positive habit. So yeah, that's the idea of the day. I was really happy to hear it. And yeah, basically, today I'm realizing how much in over my head I am in this project, especially for this testing part. It's like, oh my god, it's gonna be a long process. But it's, I mean, it is what it is. I need to take responsibility for this project, so I'll just do whatever it takes. And I've just been trying to figure out how to set it up and how to do all of this stuff. So wish me luck. I think I will need it, especially for testing. So that's the scary part. I'm just gonna go to sleep now because I'm running. I'm getting super tired, but yeah, thanks so much for tuning in today. You can click here to watch my previous video on this channel, so the one right before this one, or you can click here to watch my latest video on the channel overall. I hope you have a fantastic rest of day, night, whichever time of day it is where you are right now. Bye for now, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye.